Hello from Southern Ontario. It's January 1st, 2024. So Trudeau's alleged non-disclosure agreement. Now, everything here is alleged. Alleged this, alleged that. I'm going to stress the allegednesses of it all, so I don't have to say alleged about 82 times. Let's get into it. The new influencers that attack Pierre Poilievre, they call him PP and throw derogatory names at him, and well, they stretch the truth a lot about what Pierre has and hasn't done. But anyways, in one of those conversations on TikTok in the comments, somebody said, what about Trudeau's alleged non-disclosure settlement, 2.5 million bucks or thereabouts? Well, let's load the breech brake double barrel here and just blow out the 2 points that came up in this, I'll say, discussion in the comments. One of the influencers said, an underage child can't, by Canadian law, sign a non-disclosure agreement. Well, I didn't have to go Google search that one to see if it's actual law. I just kind of assume it is. But a parent or guardian can sign a non-disclosure agreement. Poof. There's that one out of the water. The second argument was, well, under Canadian law, you can't hide a crime with a non-disclosure agreement. Well, let's take a look at a scenario that may have happened in the whole allegednesses of the allegednesses. It's alleged, have I said alleged enough, that the father came home and found the alleged perpetrator of the crime in the daughter's bedroom. Now, the school that Trudeau was teaching at as a drama instructor at the time in West Vancouver, at the time Canada's most affluent suburb, may well still be, exclusive, expensive, spell that expensive, private school. So now the alleged father, he's not a pauper if he can send his daughter to a place like that, right? So now I come to my point. It might have played out something like this. The father might have said, well, the young Mr. Trudeau, let me see now. Should I make a phone call here? Or should we maybe talk about a settlement? Trudeau phones his aunt, Marie Jose Hogue? Yes, Judge Hogue, who's heading the inquiry into the alleged Chinese foreign interference in our electoral process. We're talking the same individual here. Anyways, the alleged father, he doesn't have to phone legal aid to get a good lawyer, right? Hey, he can afford to send his daughter to that place. He's got some bucks. So what's Aunt Marie got to do? Trudeau's Aunt Marie? Well, he isn't going to phone his cousin Vinny for legal advice. No. Now, Judge Hogue is not actually Trudeau's aunt. But I'll have to make a separate video about her. Well, the Laurentian elite are an incestuous bunch, believe me. Her ties go back a long way to the Liberal Party and the Trudeau family. But, anyways, it was her law firm that negotiated the non-disclosure agreement. She later became, and I assume still is, a partner in that firm. I'm not going to name the firm here because I haven't got my notes. I've mentioned it, the firm, in a previous video. You can Google search all this stuff. I did. Well, anyways, so the only proof in the pudding, because, well, it's all alleged, is Trudeau's trust fund went from 12.5 to 10 million at the same time. I don't think anyone's ever asked him. I'd like to say, well, if it wasn't that non-disclosure agreement that took your inheritance down by 2.5 million, what non-disclosure agreement was there? So anyways, back to the second barrel here of the argument that A non-disclosure settlement doesn't hide a crime. Well, if Daddy phoned his lawyer and Trudeau phoned his Aunt Marie and a settlement was made, then the police didn't lay any charges and there was no conviction. Although there is evidence, and the girl was named, that there was a police report at the time. But I'll leave you to Google search that one. Anyways, underage girl, underage individual can't sign a non-disclosure agreement. Parents or guardians can. Again, first barrel, poof, out of the water. Second barrel, second argument, just in summation. A non-disclosure agreement doesn't hide a crime. If there's no charge and no conviction, because there's a settlement, then there's no crime. Poof, second barrel. These new influencers, they're dangerous.